Welcome to Sports Corner with Ralph Willams and Smokin' Jim Frazier. And now here's your host, Ralph Willams and Smokin' Jim Frazier.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Hallis Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports, Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.
Time after time, I've done my sentence, but committed no crime.
All right, and welcome.
I've had mistakes. I've made a few. I've had my share and kicks in my bed.
Or Sports Corner Show. My name is Ralph Willams, and I just found the mute button here to turn it off because I had my mic muted. And yeah, some Queen there, and we are the champions. And the reason I play that part every single time is because it is what has happened to me in the media. I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, and I committed no crime. And that mistakes, I have made a few. All right. So that's why I play that all the time, because that is the story of my life with radio media, especially up in the Pittsburgh area as well. And please don't forget to sign the petition, the national petition out there to see that we have Tony Moreno and myself for the Ralph Willams Tony Moreno Show. Send the petition will be sent to KDKA Radio 1020 AM's program director, PJ Comanchik, who will not return my emails and phone calls. I've sent him shows. I've sent him my resume. I've sent him everything he needs to know, and he hasn't even bothered to call me back or email me or anything like that. And we go back 20 years. So I just want to let everyone know that. All right. So that's the dog-eat-dog world of the media. All right. It's great to be here with you tonight. We are a special 8 o'clock edition tonight. The reason being is because I had some other obligations I had to take care of this afternoon that I couldn't get out of. So I needed to move the show to tonight at 8 o'clock. Also, I'm glad we had to do this because this is kind of an experiment. I've been getting a lot of emails from people saying that we should have this show on at night because we would get probably more of an audience because more people are home at work at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're not at, they're not, watching this program because they're at work or they're at the store or they went to go pick the kid up at school or whatever. And, that thought process will in tying into this tonight. All right. But anyway, we're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland, just outside of Ocean City, 724-201-0500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. And we're also sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland, area code 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Real Estate, Ocean City, Maryland. Call him today. Over 20 years of doing real estate. Give him a call, 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. All right. Tonight, we have a very special guest who's filling in tonight for Smokin' Jim Frazier. Smokin' Jim is traveling right now. He's busy taking care of some other obligations and other work that he does. So tonight, Pensman Sports, who is on with me on Saturdays, along with Brian Pettit in the Saturday Sports Show and Leo Haggerty. Pensman, welcome to the program. It's great to have you with me. It's great to be with you tonight here on the show. And it's great to have you on the program. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. It's always good to do a Sports Corner show with you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And all right, tonight I'm going to get to my rant, but first, this show is dedicated to my late father, Ralph Willams II, my late nephew, Sean Negley Jr., and my late family friend, Lauren Madler. All right. My rant tonight is this. It's one game, Steeler fans. One game. It's one game. I have twofold tonight, but it's one game. And already people were saying the Steelers are going to go to the Super Bowl. Steelers are going to make the playoffs. Steelers are going to do this, that, and whatever. Let me tell you a little story here. Johnny Majors came back for a second stint with Pitt back in the mid-'90s. Pitt beat Washington State at Pitt Stadium. You want to know what Johnny Majors said? We have the team to go to a bowl game this year. Guess how many games they won after that? They won one game. They were 2-9. Okay? Don't ever do that and jinx the team like that, because by you doing that, you don't know what's going to happen week by week. You don't know what's going to happen. We got injuries already. And already we win one game, and you're saying we're going to the Super Bowl. Come on, people. Wake up. Stop doing it. All right? I know, again, I know what you're saying. I get emails all the time. You and Pensman are picking on the Steeler fans. No, we're not. We're just telling it like it is, because you Steeler fans out here overreact to everything. Deshaun Elliott got hurt. Who did they sign today? They went out and they got Jabril Peppers. All right. They're going to sign some other people too. All right. The Steelers are not playing this year. They want to go to the Super Bowl, but the question is, can they go? All right. My next rant is Pitt fans. Pitt fans are out here going on and on and on about how West Virginia lost to Ohio last week. All right. Well, so what? West Virginia's playing Pitt. And if you go back to the Dave Wannstedt game, when Dave Wannstedt was on crutches and the sidelines for Pitt, and they went and they played West Virginia, Pitt only won 3 games or 4 games that year. They had one of the worst seasons in a while. Okay? They didn't win a lot of games. They didn't go to a bowl game. They had nothing to lose. They went down to Mountaineer Stadium, and they beat West Virginia, who was going to possibly could have went to the national championship game, and Pitt ruined it by beating them 13-9. All right? So please, don't underestimate West Virginia just because they lost to the Ohio Bobcats, who can't find their way out of a paper bag last week. Okay? Don't do that. Pitt fans, Steeler fans, listen to my words, because you could get burned. All right, Pensman's point. Go ahead, Pensman.
I want to piggyback on one thing you said, and then I want to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. Those are my 2 rants. The number one is what Ralph said. It's one game. Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. I like that. I like you guys. I like how you guys are thinking. You are finally talking the way Ralph and I are talking. We're not talking Super Bowl, but you guys are not talking about the stupid winning seasons anymore. At least you increased going further than one and done season. That's what I'm proud of you for that. But going to the Super Bowl, that might be a little pushing it, but we'll see. Do I want another Lombardi Trophy in Pittsburgh? Absolutely, especially since the draft's in Pittsburgh this year. And if anybody's in the media that's higher up than I am, please let me know, because I really would like to take the trip down there if you could. And if at least I want to get invited. So, and my second rant, J.J. McCarthy, first career start last night, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, beat the Chicago Bears, beat Allen is the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, Dennis
Well
Allen.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Well done, J.J. McCarthy. I'm proud of you as a Michigan fan. I always root for you. Even though you're not in black and gold, I still root for you, even though you're on the you're in the wrong conference. But I'm proud of you, JJ.
All right. You know what, Pensman, let's talk a little bit about that game last night. You know what? I got to give J.J. McCarthy credit. He did what he had to do to win that game last
Absolutely.
night. I got to give him a lot of credit for that, for sitting out one season. And, I said this once and I'll say it again. That sitting out that season did him more of a favor than it hurt him, because I'll tell you why. He didn't get thrown into the Wolves last year. He got 1 year to sit and look at the playbook, and he got 1 year to think about what he was going to do this year. You see, those are the three key factors there. When you have a guy who gets hurt, is a first-round pick, and gets hurt, there's still advantages to that. All right? I just took a negative of his injury and turned it into a positive. Okay? All right? And I like what he did. He did what he had to do to win last night. Ben Johnson, I got to give you credit. You did it was a dogfight last night a little bit, okay? But your defense with Dennis Allen was undisciplined last night and constantly having penalties, okay? Let me tell you something, Ben Johnson. It's going to be a long season if you don't clean that up, okay? If I'm you today, I'm sitting down with these guys and saying, hey, listen, we're going to clean this up, because if not, it's going to be a long season for the Bears yet again. And that's the way I look at it, Pensman. So, and I think you'll agree with me anyone who watched that game last night, if you watch it like Pensman and I do, because we watch these games thoroughly to report on them or to tell you about them or to make our comments about it.
Right.
I thought it was a pretty decent game last night, and I have to give J.J. McCarthy credit. He did what he had to do to win, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Nope. And so, as a first-time starter, running against that defense, he's a dog. He is a dog.
Yes, he is. Yeah. And Dennis Allen's no slouch. He's a good defensive coordinator. But last night his defense was undisciplined, and they penalties galore, and it was really bad. All right, Ben Johnson, you better clean that up, or the Bears are going to have a long season. All right. So first-year coach can't afford to have a long season. All right, real quick, Pensman, Penn State beat Nevada. Your thoughts on that game real quick, because I know you're a Penn State guy, fan, more or less. You live near there.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on it? Go ahead.
Penn State played really well. They came out, and I think that Drew Aller is going to the Pittsburgh Steelers next year. I don't see Arch Manning coming to the Steelers. I see Drew Aller coming, so that's what I'm thinking. So Drew Aller's more consistent. He's a consistent thrower. He's more mobile than Arch Manning. Arch Manning's all over the place. He's still trying to figure it out. Even Peyton Manning said, but it's a well-done game. I just can't wait till the conference games. I want to see what Michigan does in Wisconsin 2 weeks. They go to Germany soon. So we'll see what Penn State does in the conference, see what Michigan does in the conference. So that's my take on Penn State and Nevada. Nevada's it's no match for them.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, how about West Virginia losing to the Ohio Bobcats, coming in to play Pitt this week?
Now,
and here we
surprising.
go. As I said, that shocked the heck out of me. But you know what, though? Let me say this. Rich Rodriguez is probably an overrated coach now, because don't forget, he went to Michigan, did nothing. He went to Arizona, went to Jacksonville State, put them back on the map, and circulated around college football a little bit after the Michigan thing, debacle. Okay. And, his second return to West Virginia, it's just like anybody else's. It's not looking good right now. They're 1-1, and they got to play Pitt, who's 2-0, and blew out two teams. They blew out Duquesne 61-9, and then this past Saturday blew out Central Michigan 45-7 or 17. I mean, so here you have two teams going in two different directions here. But Pitt better not think that because West Virginia, and I said this about Pitt fans too, blew that game against Ohio, they're not coming to play. It's a rivalry game. Rodriguez is looking for revenge for that 13-9 embarrassment that everyone still haunts West Virginia with. I did it when I went to the Pitt home game against WVU a few years back. I had some WVU fans sitting next to me, and they were going, Blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, really? How about 13-9? After I said that, they shut up. So
I just hope Pittsburgh doesn't have a big head on their shoulders. They blew out two of their opponents, but they didn't play anybody. Duquesne, okay, but the other game, you knew that was going to happen. Now they play an actual football team. Yeah. Just don't get your head swelled because of these 2-0 start.
Well, Central Michigan has a new coach, and he's a young guy. They say he's a defensive type coach. His defense held Pitt back a little bit, but when their back was against the wall, they came through. So I mean, and ended up blowing them out 45-17. Okay, tonight the Sports Nuts, who are on right now, they came on at 7:30, and tonight, if you can catch the rest of their show as well, they have, or catch the archive version, Vince Papale on with them. So the former Philadelphia Eagle, who made the team as a they were having open tryouts. It's a big story. Watch the movie Invincible. Mark Wahlberg plays Vince Papale in that movie. And so, all right, how about the comments there? What do we got? Tiger Stripes Media here, I think.
Yeah, and then Eddie, great. Eddie said Penn's a great win by the Steelers. Yes, it was. My blood pressure was to the roof. Chris Boswell, career field goal, 60-yarder. I did a short on it, Eddie, so just let you know I did a short on that 60-yarder, but good for Boz. So,
and Brian,
it was an awesome win.
Media. Don't forget to support him as well. Thank you, Brian, for being part of the program tonight, for checking in. Eddie checking in as well. Thank you, Eddie, for being part of the program. All right, and just want to let everyone know, Pensman is not only just comes on and co-hosts once in a while. He's filling in tonight for Smoking Jim Frazier, who's on a scouting trip. One of the best scouts in the freelance scouts around, scouts talent. He's on a scouting trip, so I just want to let everyone know that Smoking Jim will rejoin us next week, and don't forget the following week. I'm not sure yet whether we'll be on the 23rd or not. I have to see what my schedule looks like, because I'm going to be back in Pittsburgh. I have to go back to see a surgeon. I've mentioned this many times. I'm going to continue to mention it so everyone understands it and doesn't say, hey, Ralph, you didn't put your show on, you didn't tell us. Well, I'm telling you right now, I have to go back to Pittsburgh. I'm leaving September 20th from Berlin here, Maryland, and I'm heading back to Pittsburgh. I'll be staying until the 25th. So if anyone in the Pittsburgh area wants to meet up, take a selfie or with me or whatever, and all that, RW Media Productions and stuff like that, just reach out to me, Ralph Williams 737@gmail.com. We'll meet up someplace. All right. And, so because I'm only going to be in town for 5 days. And I say if the surgeon tells me I have to stay because they want to do surgery immediately or whatever, then I'll be there a few extra days. But right now, it's 20th to the 25th. Everything else is unknown, and I'm possibly taking my mobile equipment with me. If I decide to do that, then Sports Corner will be on. All right. So I just want to let everyone know that Wrestle Talk will be on. Ralph's Opinion will be on, that kind of thing. And I'll be on all my shows. It all depends on what scheduling stuff I have to do. All right. And I got some meetings with the AM 1250. So I got a couple meetings scheduled and some sponsors as well. All right. Pensman, let's get started here. Pittsburgh Steelers played the Jets 34-32. It was a dogfight. I think if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers in this game, I think the Steelers would have lost. The defense looked horrible in the first half. And, Breece Hall ran all over the place. I think he got 100 yards pretty much. And Justin Fields, that easy touchdown, that was embarrassing. For a defense to be number one, that was embarrassing there, that touchdown where everybody shifted to the left and he went to the right and ran in easy for a touchdown. That's unacceptable for the highest paid defense in the league. And it's unacceptable to let Breece Hall run for 100 yards. I got to give Aaron Glenn credit. His team put up a fight. They didn't fold their tent. And, so Pensman and I are going to break down some of the new coaches and what they did. Well, we know Ben Johnson lost last night. Kellen Moore lost, but his team only lost by 7 because the Cardinals look like, a mess. So, New Orleans could have pulled that game out. Kellen Moore, he has a dumpster fire down there, but you know what? There we go. and Liam Cohen won his first game. Mike Vrabel lost so he lost his game to Pete Carroll and the Raitas. Pete Carroll won. So, I mean, Pete Carroll's not a new coach. Pete Carroll's a repeat coach, but still, he's kind of new, back again kind of coach. The return of Pete Carroll. And so he gets his first victory. So Pensman and I will talk about that later on today. Pensman, tell everybody the news about the Steelers signing today. Go ahead.
We got Jarrell Peppers today. If you don't know who that is, Michigan fans, if you don't know who that is, he's a hard hitter. He went from Patriots, he got cut, and then as soon as he got cut, the Steelers grabbed him because Elliott went down on Sunday. But he is a fierce to be reckoned with. Him and Ramsey in the backfield, that's going to be so nice. Good luck, secondary. Good luck of getting by. I can't wait.
Yeah. I can't wait to see. I said this when I was group texting with Smoke and Jim and Claudio and Luther for our show on for Saturday. Peppers and Ramsey in the same defensive backfield. Isn't that interesting, Pensman? Huh? That's an interesting.
And if it
great
wasn't for Ramsey,
right there.
and if it were for Ramsey, we would have lost it because that guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
I guaranteed they would have
game.
gotten the field goal range.
He was on top of his game in Miami. They got their butts handed to them. So I'm glad we made that trade. Minka Fitzpatrick and the gang down there. Mike McDonald, who's about to get fired down there. He, Mike McDaniel's, not McDonald. Yeah. Mike McDonald's with Seattle, who we see this Sunday. But Mike,
do you think we're going to get Tariq Hill? Do you really think we're going to get Hill?
Well, the veterans
you have more resources.
The veterans, from what I understand, from what my sources tell me that I know that cover the Miami Dolphins, they told me that Tyreek Hill could be a Pittsburgh Steeler because you know why? Miami is trying. Mike McDaniel wants to get rid of all these veterans that are whiners, and I guess they're all whiners down there, and he doesn't want them. None of the veterans are getting. Only got 5 more players down there. Pensman, 5, including Tyreek Hill, part of that 5 that one traded. They went out. They've gone to upper management and demanded trades. Okay, that could happen.
I'm just getting tired of. We had Ayuk, Samuel, and now Hill.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what?
Samuel's legs. Nope.
I feel bad for you, Minka. I feel bad for you. I really do. Because you know why? Too. He's down in Miami now. And we got Jalen Ramsey, who, if you watched what he did on Sunday, I don't miss Minka Fitzpatrick. Minka was missing tackles, missing plays. He was called out last year by members of the defense. Slow. So he can go down to Miami and do whatever he wants. I don't care.
He might have covered Garrett Wilson better on Sunday than Darius Slay would have.
Oh, Darius Slay is a bum on Sunday. He was terrible.
Yeah,
he was horrible.
One game and I want him out already.
Well, let me say this, Pensman. Have I said this many times? Good coaches don't get rid of players for nothing. There was a reason why the Philly Eagles got rid of Darius Slay. All right. Well, that's because of Cooper DeJean. But you know what? There has to be a reason. And I know he's aged a little bit. He's like Patrick Peterson. And here we are again. We got another repeat kind of Patrick Peterson. But this is one game. Let's see what happens the rest of the season. Maybe he'll shape up.
But Garrett Wilson blew by him
was
so bad.
Lunch. He was eating his lunch. I mean, literally. And
bye. Catch him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he stole his lunch and never gave it back to him. So, but anyway, and guys like Darius Slay who have bad games like that, you kind of spoil the broth in the soup. You know what I mean? Because the soup was going real good until you decided to let Garrett Wilson. But I love that hit from Jalen Ramsey. He laid him out. Wilson out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He stayed down for a while too. Like,
yeah. Yep. And you know what? Jalen Ramsey sent a message to the NFL. I'm with the Steelers, and if you play us, this is what's going to happen to you.
Did
And
you
we
know?
need more players like that. The Steelers need, and Pepper's coming in here. Come on. Oh, my gosh. We've got
Eddie,
two Troy Polamalu's put together, you know?
Eddie, if you're watching, and Ralph, if you've noticed, I went back and watched the highlights. Did you know that Brees Hall never ran T.J. Watt's way?
No, he didn't. He ran Highsmith's
I didn't
way,
know
and
if you knew
Highsmith
that.
is
No.
starting to become a bum.
Yeah,
You know?
that's all he ran
Highsmith
was.
is starting to become a bum. He is.
He
He
avoided
is.
TJ so bad.
Yeah, I heard somebody was making comments about Peyton Wilson. Did he have a bad game too, or what?
He had a horrible game.
Yeah, I know. I heard they were making comments about him now too.
Yeah, Peyton had a bad game. It was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, this defense has to do something. I mean, they gotta fix it. They gotta fix this because if they don't,
at Monday, Cam
Hayward
was yelling at the defense about we got to play better. We played like, I can't say on the air because I can, but I'm not mad, so I won't. But they played like, figure it out.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
He said we got to clean it up, and it starts with me.
There we go. See, I know what you're gonna say. That's why I did that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But anyway, it's crazy about how. But you know what? If we didn't have Aaron Rodgers as our quarterback, I don't think we would have won this game. I mean, despite the fact that Bummer Jones gave up 3 sacks and Darnell Washington couldn't get the ball because he had to block because Bummer Jones don't know how to block. And those of you who don't know who Bummer Jones is, I'm referring to Broderick Jones, who has turned into a bust. And then a first-round bust here.
And Jonas Smith scored too.
Yeah. Jonas Smith caught some passes. Firemuth caught some passes. But Darnell Washington couldn't do anything because he had to block. You know what I mean? That's the whole. I love when they get the ball to him, but you can't when you got to block because Bummer Jones don't do his job. So, but I think everyone will agree with the fact of that, All right, what do we got here? Is this Eddie again here, or is this who?
I can't see the X side. I just got Eddie's said great win by the Steelers. That's the last thing I got.
Okay, you're right. Okay. Yeah, great win by the Steelers, Eddie. You are correct on that one. And what a way to start the season. We're live here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick platforms. We're also live on Huddle Sports Network and also on Pensman Sports as well. We're on his page. And please don't forget to subscribe. I want to thank everybody. I made my 2,300, subscribers. And now I'm looking to get to 400 on my Twitter account. So follow me on Twitter. I know there's some things I say at times on Twitter and people don't like it, and they don't follow me anymore. They get mad at me. So you know what? I don't care. But anyway, I need 15 more to get to 400. So help me get to 400. Okay. And, that's what I'm looking to do there. Help me achieve my goal and get to 400 by the end of the year.
Speaking of goals, Ralph, I just reached 900 subscribers and I'm at 902. So I'm at 97 to go until I hit my first 1,000.
There you go, man. There you go. Round of applause for all that. And of course, you know how that goes. Tomorrow night, 7:30. Don't forget the Ralph's Opinion, the Way I See It show. Our main topic tomorrow night, we have 2 topics tomorrow night. We're going to talk about bad casino cities that are sinking. And tomorrow we focus on Erie. Why is Erie's casino not making any money? Why is it sinking? Well, I got a lot of news for you on Erie's casino as to why they're sinking and what's been going on with them. There it is, the Way I See It, Ralph's Opinion show, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. We start off with Ralph's Opinion, then we do the Way I See It. Some stuff going on here in the Delmarva Peninsula. I'll be talking about that as well. Governor Shapiro up in Pennsylvania, shame on you. You gave money to SEPTA and you haven't done anything for PRT in Pittsburgh. You want to be president? Well, wait till you hear my comments tomorrow night about Josh Shapiro, all right, who wants to be president. The man who wants to be president, but then he goes and screws Pittsburgh, okay? The man who wants to be president. So, and then also tomorrow night, I want to ask this question to you. All right. First of all, does your boss do his job? And what I'm talking about boss doing their job is firing somebody when they should be fired. Okay. I've noticed if you go to businesses and you complain about an employee, they don't fire them. Okay. They might give them a warning, maybe, but they don't fire them. And then you get that same employee that does the same thing again and again and again, and they still don't fire them. So, is our society that lazy today that we're barking and hollering? You know, we're barking and hollering because 600 immigrants got picked up. South Korean immigrants got picked up down near Atlanta at a Honda factory. But guess what? You want to know why? Because they're illegal immigrants. You want to know why? They're breaking the law. You want to know why they're working there? Because you don't want to work. So tomorrow we're going to indulge into that too. And I'm going to say, I told you so. All right? You lazy people.
Hyundai.
What's the Hyundai plant? Not Honda. I'm sorry. Hyundai plant. Yeah. Down there near Atlanta, Georgia. 641 South Korean immigrants. The whole factory had to close down. You know why? Because of you. You, the lazy American who don't want to work. 8.2 million jobs out there. I heard it on the news tonight on the nightly news. People crying they can't get a job. I've done 12 interviews. Well, you're obviously doing something wrong if you went and did 12 interviews and can't get a job. Okay? There's jobs everywhere, all over the place. The president's trying to get this country back up and moving. Social Security is going to go bye-byes, folks, tomorrow night. Ralph's opinion, the way I see it. All right, let's get back into some sports talk here. Pirates played the Orioles last night. Pensman, real quick. Tonight they're playing the Orioles again. Your thoughts? I know the Pirates stinking up the joint. The season's getting ready to end. I can't wait.
The plus side is they won't. They'll have a different win-loss ratio. The last two seasons they had the same record back-to-back years. At least this year they're going to have the same different record the last 2 years.
Yeah, and I want to acknowledge Brandon, who's watching on Facebook from the Sports Nuts program. Thank you, Brandon, for being part of the program. Tuning in on Facebook, and you can comment there as well. Let us know if you're on Facebook, and we'll let you know if we're on YouTube here. My monitor is Pensman, so he will let me know what to put up and what not. Those of you who are probably understanding why am I wearing sunglasses? Well, if you've been watching my programs here on RW Media Productions, I have cataracts in my eyes. The right eye is really bad, and I've been asked or told to wear these sunglasses because of bright light, like from a computer screen and stuff like that. I have to wear these glasses. I can see a little bit, but I can't see a lot. And plus
Ralph's going in style.
That's right. That's exactly right. Hey, I got to be like the Blues Brothers, man. That's
right.
Movie.
That's right.
Blues Brothers. I love
you're
the Blues
streaming
Brothers.
You're streaming in style.
That's right. Because why? I'm Ralph Willams.
Yep.
All right. Always remember that. I'm Ralph Willams. Okay. There we go. All right. Yeah. Let me talk to you. All right. Pirates, Pensman, go ahead. Final thoughts on the Pirates this year.
Pirates need to beat Baltimore because the Yankees and Orioles are in the same division, but Pirates just need to do something. They need to invest the money. They got IKF, which is good, but they need to get other players as well. So if they had Soto or something, I'm just saying, I know they won't, but I'm just saying like a Soto situation, I bet they'll be a lot better than they are now. They need to go out and figure out how to invest money in players instead of the right field wall and losing hot dogs, have had a dollar dog night and dog night. So they got to figure out what to do to put the money where it's actually needed. Pittsburgh's longing for a World Series. I want a Pirates-Yankees World Series and sit back and watch that series, but right now I'm not getting it. So that's my final thoughts on that. So go Pirates, beat the Orioles, and finish strong. You're not going to make playoffs, but next year, just figure out what to do to be more competitive. You haven't made the playoffs. You haven't made the playoffs since you faced Bumberger in the Giants in the wild card round. So,
Oh yeah.
Pittsburgh's longing for a playoff round.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want to say this: Brandon has said, "Please help us get to 2,500," because I believe he got there or something. Didn't he get there, Pensman?
Yeah, he got. I thought he's close to 2,800. I don't know why you're saying 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
28. But he's telling us, help us to get to 2,500.
Oh,
I'm at 2,300, and and I appreciate all of you who have subscribed. I got a couple more today. So I've been getting a lot since I moved here to Ocean City. I've been getting a lot of subscribers and a lot of play on my channels and things like that. One other programming note: we're restructuring again. I know what you're saying again. I've decided that we're not going to restructure the Saturday Sports Show, but we may be moving it to Spreaker Radio, which is an internet radio station for Saturday show. And then what I'll do is I'll upload it onto the social media platforms, and everyone can watch it there and on my YouTube channel. All right, but we are possibly moving to Spreaker Radio. I have to mess with the software. I'm going to try to do that before I go on my trip to Pittsburgh, and I'll get back to you. And right now I'm on a trial basis, so I owe nothing. They're not going to charge me anything. So we will find out what's going on with Spreaker, and if I decide to move it to Spreaker, we're going to do that. So Spreaker Radio is a iHeartRadio kind of thing. It's run by iHeart, which means it can spread to iHeart as well, and several other stations as well. Check out all my programs on all these different platforms, and we're going to be on Spotify real soon as well. All my programs will be on Spotify also. So we're moving along here, and as the Jeffersons say, we're moving on up, and can't go any further than up as far as I'm concerned. This year is going to be an interesting year because it has been an interesting year already for me and my broadcasting company, Pensman, as well. So it's been Brian Pettit. It's been an interesting year, and it's great to know that we're now associated with the Sports Nuts broadcasts. So that's great news as well. Working on other entities. I've been doing that now for a few months. So we're going to find out what's going on here. All right, let's get back to the Steelers, Pensman. Today, they signed Latrell Peppers, and then also they're in the possibility of maybe signing Tyreek Hill or bringing in somebody. I don't know. There are others. There's a bunch of people out there that have been cut by teams.
Oh, I got to tell you something. That Hardman might be available week 3 against the Vikings. He's healing quick with that injury they had in that preseason. I saw that he's might be coming back for week 3. So if Hardman comes back, a lot of people are coming back, but Elliott is not going to be back for another 4 or 5 weeks because he just got hurt. But I'm talking about that got Nick Nurburg. Yeah. He might be back. Hardman might be back by week 3. So this defense is going to probably get better. We'll see if Tyreek comes in, and that offense is going to get even better. They got 34 points. They're averaging 300 yards every game, Steelers fans, every game. It's only one game. Yeah, but they had 3 preseason games, almost 1,100 yards, and they had one. Oh, man. You got to be excited. You got to.
Oh, I'm excited. But, the question mark here is how long can Aaron Rodgers last? That's going to be the question, okay? Can he last a whole full season?
And that's all depends on the offensive line.
Yes, and I think he's conditioned himself to do so. Looks like he wants to play here. Did a really good job on Sunday bringing their team back. Spread the ball around. Austin, Skoranek, all caught passes. Jonnu Smith, Freiermuth. I mean, he spread the ball around. DK Metcalf had some catches, especially that one on his back that he was able to get after it got deflected. That guy, wants to play here. All the new free agents, except for Darius Slay, all pitched in for this game. And if it wasn't for these new free agents, we would have lost that game. And Aaron Glenn would have
we just got to figure out the running game, and then we'll be good.
Yeah. Did I not call that one, Pensman? Did I say that?
You did.
That Jaylen Warren is not a full-time running back. And
he was better at 1-2 punch.
Exactly. And the Steelers laid an egg when they let Najee Harris walk. And I know a lot of people wanted him out, this, that, and whatever. I wasn't a big fan of his to begin with. You had a chance to get Nick Chubb. You let him walk away to the Houston Texans.
We had Henderson. We had Henderson.
Yeah.
But we let him we just sit there.
Yeah. Yeah. We had opportunities to bring in a running back. And then Jalen Warren you could have paid him less money. He'd still be the third down back or the spell off back.
Henderson from Ohio State was there, and then Patriots grabbed him.
Yes, exactly. And then I don't have a problem with Khalid Johnson. I wanted him with the Steelers. I predicted they were going to take him. I got witnesses down at the Draft Nation draft party this year. I said Khalid Johnson and Jack Sawyer, and they drafted both of them. So my predictions were correct. My first round prediction was
Caleb either, but just make sure he finds.
But he's a rookie.
He's not.
He needs
he's
seasoning.
He's no Le'Veon Bell.
Yes.
He's no Le'Veon Bell. He's no Najee. He doesn't do anything.
He's not like Ashton Genty and that kid from North Carolina that went to I believe he went to the Titans. He's not like that kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a good running back at Iowa, but not like that. So
you'll disagree with me, and that's fine. Letting go of Najee Harris was a big mistake.
It was. Well, I'm not saying it was a mistake. I'm saying at this time they shouldn't have done that. They should have let him play out his contract and then tell him to take a hike.
Yeah,
okay?
But he averaged 1,000 yards every season he was here.
Yes, Smoking Jim Frazier said
he beat Franco Harris's record.
Yes. Claudia Rosano has said
as
that.
We released him, I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Not now.
Yeah. I don't know what happened with Najee. I don't know if they just gave up on him or if he had a bad attitude. I don't know.
Well, people were saying he slowed down. Who cares if he slowed down or not? He got to go. He was making 3-4. He was making 5 yards per carry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was. And even with a shoddy offensive line, look at this. We've had how many shoddy offensive lines have we had?
Packers signed Christian Watson to 1 year, $13 to $25 million extension. Wow. For what? Wow. He has a torn ACL.
Oh my! I love it when they give injured players all that money. That's
the Packers' problem now.
Yeah.
Thank you for tearing your ACL, but here's $13 million.
So much last week for Michael Parsons and his bad back, huh?
He had a sack. He had a sack on Sunday.
Yeah. So But anyway, all right. We've got about 4 or 5 minutes here, Pensman, and we're going to get into our Wrestle Talk show coming up next around at 9:00. We got a lot to talk about there as well. If you watched Raw last night, it was pretty interesting. Friday Night SmackDown was funny. As the antics and the jawing between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. The Usos, are they going to stay together? Has Jay got an attitude? MJF got married this week. A lot to talk about, and that's all coming up for the Wrestle Talk show. We have plenty, Pensman and I, to talk about.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised somebody's tolerant enough to marry MJF.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. And news on Ric Flair. Oh, what do you hear of this news? It's some good news on Ric Flair because Ric Flair's had some bad publicity lately. But there's some good news about Ric Flair coming up. Who do you take between Brock and John Cena? WrestlePalooza's coming up. There's some matches made already. One was made last night. It's going to be a mixed tag between Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. The return of AJ Lee. What do you? This is probably one of the most exciting times right now with the women's division in the WWE. AJ Lee has returned, and we'll talk about Asuka. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to professional wrestling. AEW's news, some stuff in TNA.
You forgot one more thing too.
What's that?
Bella returned.
Yes, Nikki Bella's back, and looks like she's back full time a little bit here, and also Matt Riddle. Not showing up for events yet again. Here we go. Matt Riddle back to his old self. We'll talk
Bro.
about that as well. And we got some independent wrestling coming up. I missed it last weekend, but I heard it was very good. T. Ranchula had his last match under the Homestead Grays Bridge in Pittsburgh. It was great. I hear it was a great match he had. And, congrats to T. Ranchula. He's stepping away from the ring, but he has his own wrestling company called FNW. We'll talk about KSWA. They're stepping away as well. This is their last season. They have some events coming up. We'll talk about those events. Pros of Wrestling. Also, I want to talk about, speaking of Pros of Wrestling, I want to congratulate Dan Polinsky, who has his own company, Pros of Wrestling, is also the father of Corey Graves. And his daughter got married over the weekend. So I want to congratulate her for that. And I want to congratulate him, for that as well. And there you go. And Corey Graves and his family. So, Pensman, any final thoughts? Because we're going to wrap it up here. Get ready for Wrestle Talk.
Nah, just congratulations to JJ McCarthy winning your first game. That's very hard to do, winning your first ever career NFL game. So congratulations to JJ. So that's my final thought.
Yeah, backyard brawl this weekend coming up. Pitt versus West Virginia. It's going to be a dogfight, whether you think it is or not, despite the fact that West Virginia lost to Ohio University Bobcats. Pitt lost to them, too. That was one of Dave Wanstadt's first season they lost to them. But what I'm saying is don't underestimate West Virginia. Richie Rod's looking for revenge. And, that could happen. Maybe it won't. Let's hope Pitt spoils the broth in the soup. And let's beat West Virginia's. All right, Pensman, Steelers, Seattle. Real quick score. What do you think?
42-28 Steelers over the Seahawks.
Wow. All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
Aaron Rodgers has a field day again.
Yeah, but I hear Mike McDonald's I think it's Mike McDonald. Yeah, I think that's their head coach's name there. Too many McDonald's.
I missed by 1 point on the that last game against the Jets. I missed by 1 point.
Yeah. Well, I said 17-7.
Yeah, I said 35 to something, and then they had 34. So
34. Let's
see if they up it with 42.
Yeah, let's find out. Let's see what happens. And also, as I mentioned, I'm going to give my score here in a second. I would say I'm going to go with 28-10 Steelers.
28-10?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't see Sam Darnold had a bad game last week against San Francisco. Sam Darnold's back to his old self. He doesn't have the
Brian says 31-17.
Yeah. Who? Brian? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Brian? Thank you for that score, 31-17. If you want to, real quick, folks, before we go to the wrestling show, put your score up for the Steeler game this week, and we'll see what happens. I say 28-10, maybe 30-10, something to that effect. And Kevin McConnell, the head coach up at Minnesota, very good offensive mind, very good quarterbacks coach. Sam Darnold, don't know what he got himself into going to Seattle. So, we'll find out what happens. They wanted Sam Darnold. They shipped out Geno Smith. Geno Smith's resurrecting his career yet again with the Las Vegas Raiders and Pete Carroll. So
did you see him? Did you see him encouraging JJ McCarthy every drive? He came out and he felt bad. He's like, "It'll be all right, buddy. It'll be all right." Then he whispered something.
Kevin O'Connell,
but he came out. Whatever he said, he got fire on him.
Yes, yeah. Kevin O'Connell's a very good young coach. He's got Brian Flores as his defensive coordinator, who the Steelers should have kept, but I'm not going to go into that today. We don't have enough time. For Pensman Sports, thank you once again for filling in for Smoking Jim Frazier. Pensman and I will be back shortly for the Wrestle Talk show. Until then, and until next week for Sports Corner, have yourself a great one, and please, by all means, be safe. Thank you.